Welcome on in, guys. Three ball takes yet again this week. We have another prediction coming your way. But before we do that, as you can see, there's only two of us on your screen. Unfortunately, Quinn is doing adult things and buying a house. So, round of applause for Quinn. Congratulations there. We miss you, buddy. But if you are in the market for tickets, right, whether it's football, concerts, it doesn't matter. Our sponsor, SeatGeek, offers great tickets at a very low price. Use our code 3BoldTakes for $20 off your first purchase. That'll help the channel out, and you can score $20 off. In this economy, $20 is a lot of money. Just kidding. But so moving into this game, we have Ohio State, right, number 2 ranked in the country. We have number 3, Oregon. Ohio State's a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 54.5. Matchup predictor's interesting here. Normally, between top 3 or even top 5 teams, it's a close, either 50-50, 55-45 split, right? This week, Ohio State a 65% chance to win on the road at Oregon. Chase, what does that mean?
All right. For me, I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean anything? Does it matter? I don't know, guys. This is a question that you throw into the world's atmosphere and see if it gets answered. No, I like both teams in this one, but I do think both teams are a little fraudulent, if I can't lie to you. Ohio State should be,
Both?
but I think both somehow, it's always these fraudulent teams find their way to play each other in the middle of the year. It's weird. It's nasty. And then always one of them wins and they're like, I'm the best in the nation. You're not. Anyway, but Ohio State, by far and away, should be the best team in college football with the payroll that they have. This is like the Dodgers of college football. Let's just put it out there. I don't know how much they spent, but I think I heard the word billions come out at one point. I'm not sure, but that's an NIL. But you got guys like Quinshon Judkins, who I think he's been good, but has he been the best running back like predicted this season? I don't think so. Probably 1A, 1B, Jeremiah Smith receiver as a freshman with Ryan Williams, who's just Ohio State always finds a way to have some supernatural receiver, and he's here again. Jeremiah Smith has been him, and then Will Howard, the transfer from Kansas State, he's been what you expected. He's been a slightly better Kyle McCord. He's exactly who Kyle McCord was, just like he's going to game manage. He's not going to put up 6 touchdowns a game for you. And then on the other side of the ball, Oregon, I love their defense. Dan Lanning, I love him as a coach. He can make a couple boneheaded decisions. And I think that's what kind of marks him as his career so far. And I think Dylan Gabriel, he's a solid quarterback, but there's a reason he's been at 3, 4 different schools. And I think that's what really hurts him. And from this Oregon team, they haven't struggled this year, but they haven't played up to standards, I think. I think Oregon should be a top 3 team in the nation, regardless of the actual ranking. But I think they should be, and they're kind of hanging in these games, and they've already picked up the Big Ten whiff, as in like let me score a late touchdown to make the score look better, like all Big Ten teams do. But Ohio State does come to Oregon. They come to Eugene. They come to Autzen Stadium, and this is going to be a real good game. If Dan Lanning can get this defense in tow, can kind of halt this Ohio State team, there's a huge shot to win here. Let me take you back to last year, though. Just let you in here. Oregon was the best team in the now dead Pac-12 conference. Chase, no, they're not. They lost to Washington. They did. They lost to Washington twice. And it's not because Washington was a better team. It's because Dan Lanning in both games made a couple mistakes that changed the tide of the game. And in this game, I'm not going to say biggest game of your career for Dan Lanning, but the biggest one in Big Ten history for Oregon. You've got to make decisions. And how do you make those decisions? We don't know. I'm nervous for you. That's why I'm going to Ohio State. I think Ohio State pulls it off. They should be an undefeated champion at the end of the year on paper, like easy. And this starts here. This is your first test of the year. This could either be Texas, Michigan, or this could be Vandy, Alabama. It could go either way here. I expect Ohio State to pull it out. Now, real quick, Freddie, before you go, I'm putting on the beard. I'm putting on the Quinn beard. Quinn is going with Oregon, fellas. Or no, actually, he is not. I'm sorry. He's going with Ohio State. He thinks Ohio State's going to win 38-24 in Eugene. He believes Ohio State is the best team in college football, and he expects them to show it on Saturday. Beard is off, Freddie. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, I think you spoke on Oregon well. I think they're more of a fraud than anybody else in the top five to me. Um, when you watch them play, especially early on, I mean, you look at the scores, right? Like against Idaho, 24-14. Boise State, who, by the way, is a very good group of five team. Like no
Yes.
disrespect to Boise
Yes.
State at all. They're more than likely going to be the group of five representative in the playoffs, but you got to
So
beat them by more than 3 points
you do.
if you're truly Oregon.
At home.
Considering, yeah, at home, that's the big one there. And then, obviously they bounced back against Oregon State, 49-14. But that UCLA game, that number is deceiving, 34-13. That was a close game for 85-90% of the game.
Yeah.
And so was the Michigan State. Like that was a close game for a majority of the game too against a terrible Michigan State team. However, Ohio State only beat them 38-7, which again is a 31-point win. Hey, you did your thing. You were on the road, so more props there. Ohio State wins this game, and with the spread being at -3, to me they're giving Oregon 3 points for being at home. So this game's really a -6 type game, and I think that's about right. I think Oregon's a very good team. I think they make the playoffs. Heck, I think we may even see this game again at the end of the year.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, we very well could see a round two of this game. That's how much I really do think Oregon is a good team. And Ohio State's a great team. I think there's a big difference there between good and great this year in college football. There's not many great football teams. There's a whole heck of a lot of good ones, but I think Ohio State's the great one. And I definitely think they are the best team in football right now. So give me Ohio State to win.
And let me add, guys, you just watched, if you're a college football fan, you just watched Alabama get upset by Vandy last week, right? Eh, you're not out of the playoffs by some imaginable thing. You're not out of the playoffs. So go to this game, a top three matchup through the AP poll. Whoever loses, you're not out. Actually, it helps definitely if that team goes on to be a very successful team at the end of the year. So this isn't the end all be all as it should be. So just be prepared. But this is definitely a matchup that you might not see another time. You could see two more times
It's
in
true.
the future. Well, with the 12-team playoffs.
That's true. Same with Georgia and Alabama. I mean, if you look at that game, Georgia dropped what, 3 spots. I mean,
Yeah.
they stayed right up there in the top five.
Alabama got beat by an unranked Vandy and dropped to what, 7?
Yeah, 7.
Personally, they could have been outside the top 10, but that's another, sorry, that's another one for another day. Anyway,
Chase and his issues with the AP poll, man. We love to see it. We love to see it. But guys, thanks for watching. Again, channel is sponsored by SeatGeek. Use our code 3BoldTakes at checkout for $20 off your first purchase. We will see you guys again next week. Quinn, get back soon, brother, because Chase's impersonation of you is not the best. It's definitely not the real thing. But we'll see you guys next week. Peace.